Hi guys, welcome back to the channel, and today we're going to be taking a look at how to light a YouTube video, something like this. We're going to be using one light first of all. Secondly, we're going to add a second light just to finesse the aesthetics, and then thirdly we're going to add another light to actually ultimately get to a lighting system that you see in this video. So our first setup is going to be our one light, and even though it's just one light, it's going to be important where we place the light. But first of all, we need to get rid of this artificial light that's coming from the light in the ceiling. So now that we've switched off the light in the ceiling, we need to get our first light. So this is it. So obviously you can see how better the light is. So my light now is to this side of the camera, and it's 45 degrees up and it's pointing down on my face. This is actually called Rembrandt lighting, and it just gives a nice shadow on this side. If you've only got one light, the most important thing is the placement of the light. Now we're not talking about brands or power of lights, we're just talking about the placement of the light in relationship to the camera. It can be very basic, but as you can see, it works really well. So some people don't like this aesthetic because they find it's a bit too contrasty on this side. I quite like this because it's dramatic and it's mysterious, and it hides some of the stuff in the background. But if you're not happy with this, what you can do is place something reflective, like a reflector. It lifts the shadows quite nicely, and this kind of setup is quite acceptable for your YouTube, or even if you're making short films. Now if you're happy with that and you want to progress to a two light setup, and what we do is we place a rim light or a backlight or a hair light. In my case, I haven't got any hair, but you want a bit of extra light on this side just to separate you from the background. So I've placed the light the opposite end of this light on this side, which is my main light or key light, and I've placed a light at the back of me just shining behind me here. So if I switch that on, so as you can see, it sort of lifts a part of the background here and onto my shoulders, and a bit of light spilling onto the chair, so it separates me from the background. And this is what we call a two light setup. In the next step, we're going to show you how to even improve on this by adding a bit more light to the actual background. So as you can see guys, I've added a bit of light to the background, and as you can see, it makes all the difference. I have slightly treated because instead of adding one light, I've just placed a couple of gel lights to the back of me in contrasting colors, and I think you would agree it makes the overall picture look way more pleasing. I hope you found that informative and helpful. YouTube thinks you might like this video on this side, and in the meantime guys, catch you on the next one. Bye bye.